All right, so we want to take just a few moments to recap what we've covered in this volume of our Site Design with Civil 3D series. We started by bringing in and working with some GIS data. Again, you may not need this on your particular project, but we wanted to show you how you can work with GIS data inside of Civil 3D. So hopefully you learned a little bit if you've never been exposed to that. We then got into working with the original ground surface. Now, this is going to depend on the data you have. You may already get from your surveyor a surface, and maybe that comes in the form of a land XML file. But in this case, we've got really the raw CAD data that came from an aerial survey firm. They flew the site, they provided us with a CAD file of where the trees and the spot shots and the roads and buildings are, as well as the contour information. But we needed to turn that into a surface object, and that's what we did in the existing site conditions portion of this guide. We then showed you how to create the data shortcuts and shortcut that. Again, you're going to see this throughout the rest of the series. We also talked about doing a slope analysis. So again, you may not need to do this, but you do have the knowledge now to create a slope analysis when asked. If somebody says, hey, how much area is on our site is between 0 and 15% slope. Well, now you can show them and know how that's completed. And then we finish up with the rock surface. Again, the rock surface in this particular case, our data came from boring data that was provided to us in an Excel file. We gave it to you in a CSV file, like I said, in the Microsoft for AEC guide. You'll learn how to manipulate Microsoft Excel and manipulate data in Microsoft Excel. It's really a guide set up for Microsoft Excel, but focus on some of the features and workflows that is typically used in the engineering and surveying and construction industry. So the next phase or the next series or the next phase of this series will be focusing on the grading aspect. So we're going to bring in our design, we're going to grade a parking lot, we're going to do some preliminary grading for the road, and you'll learn a lot more of the design side of Civil 3D and some other tips and tools and tricks along the way. Just like we covered with the boring, we showed you how to create point styles and label styles, and you can apply that to any data, any point data that you have within your project. So hopefully you got something. Remember, there's the advice button. If you're stuck, you want your own project looked at, you can click on advice and ask us questions, and we'll be more than happy to help you.